As we all know that English communication is so important for all of us. You might do some mistakes. There are maximum possibilities that you will commit some sort of mistakes. But as far as my opinion is concerned, that without mistakes, you cannot learn any language. And this language is not having any holiness. And I may say that this language is not a holy language. This is the communication language, only for the communication point of view that we talk with each other. Hi, dear friends. As I got some messages regarding IELTS. As we all know that IELTS is International English Language Testing System. It's designed for those who are willing to go to abroad for higher education. For this purpose, you have to take the participation in the IELTS test. There are two organizations. One is British Council and one is AEO, Australian Education Office. So both are valid and both are bona fide organizations and having the same criteria and having the acceptance, their certification to all over the world. As we all know, the IELTS is organized by Cambridge and as well as IDP Australia. So both countries collaborated to organize this test in order to check the knowledge level, and these organizations organize this test in order to check about the validity of the students, whether he's a genuine guy or whether she's a genuine girl who is taking participation in Western society regarding their completion of education in the master, MPhil, or PhD or bachelor. It's basically an assessment test. They check about your assessment level. If you're eligible and you pass the test, you'll easily get the visa in embassy, because as this is a requirement in embassy, and most of the guys, they're applying to the embassy without IELTS test and they're showing their documents which is related with their education documents. But actually there's a question always raised by ambassador that if you're willing to go to the higher education to any kind of the country in Western society, why don't you have the IELTS certification? Because our education system and their education system, there's a hell of difference. And if you want to get the education in Western society, in Western countries, in European countries, you must be having the standard which meet with their education system. So for this purpose, IELTS is organized. Once you have the IELTS certification with 6.5 or 7 or 7.5 bands, it means you can join easily to their colleges and universities without any objection by ambassador and by universities as well. In IELTS, there's the listening comprehension. What is listening? This is the normal question. What is the criteria in listening comprehension? What to do in listening? How to get the maximum bands in listening comprehension? What are the mistakes which normal students are committing in their listening comprehensions? So remember, in listening comprehension, there's a stereo system. There's a stereo system and there's two types of IELTS. One is computer-based and one is paper-based. In computer-based, you'll listen each and everything through your headphone and you will give the appropriate answer of the question which organized, given by the examiner side to you. And you will give the appropriate answer of the question which is already pre-planned and pre-made for you for recording the test. As far as the paper-based test is concerned, that there will be a stereo system and there will be conversation about the 2 people or 3 people. So it means that you will listen very carefully all of the instructions and will give the appropriate answer through the help of listening comprehension. You'll be having the booklet in your hands and each and every information is written on your booklet. I must tell you almost 70% information you have in your booklet. And remaining 30% information which is missing, that will be in listening comprehension. Means you will listen the instruction through the help of stereo system and missing information will be filled up by you after listening. Don't be in a hurry. You have to listen the instructions very carefully. In listening comprehension, there are always 4 sections. Each section contains 10 questions. So it means 4 sections have 40 items and 40 questions. So remember, don't be in a hurry and don't be too much late. Go with the conversation. Go with the flow of the conversation. In listening comprehension purpose, they will be filling the blanks, which requires 1 or 2 words or a number for each answer. and some instructions will be given by authority that write no more than one word, a number write no more than three words. So you will carefully listen. All of the instruction will give the appropriate answer in question number 1 to 10, which will be played by the stereo system. There will be also monologue, a specific pause time in which you can give the appropriate answer. You have to concentrate on speakers, to what speakers are telling you. Most of the guys, they are just watching the stereo system. It's not written there in the stereo system. Your eyes must be down to your booklet, and your ear must be on the stereo system, what's going on. If your eyes are not down and you're watching to the stereo system, it means you're missing the information which is written in your booklet. So basic thing is this: don't be in a hurry. Don't be in trauma. Don't be panicked. Just listen to instructions, go with the flow, and give the appropriate answer of those questions. Then you will enter in part second. In part second, the instruction will be a little bit changed. There will be some multiple choice options for you. Maybe you have to write A, B, or C. So you have to listen very carefully about that. You have to select the appropriate letter A, B, or C, A, B, C, or D. So it's all about the listening. It's all about that material which you have. If you're focusing yourself too much deep on the material and just assuming what might be the answer of that question, you're thinking in your brain and then you're focusing on the listening comprehension. Sometimes they're telling you indirectly. They're not giving you the appropriate answer of the question. They're not giving you the right target or answer. They will give you information, but in a tricky way. Means indirect way, they will inform you. Most of the guys, they are not trying to understand this riddle. It's just like an enigma. It's just like a riddle, and it's just like, you may say it's a puzzle. You must have a lot of concentration on listening. Remember, listening comprehension, there are two types of accent which might encounter in front of your way. One is pattern, one is Aussie, Australian. As far as the British accent is concerned, that's not as much as difficult. But as the Australian accent is concerned, that's so tough, so fast, and sometimes you're not properly getting at what they are trying to tell. So you must have a lot of practice. For this purpose, you must concentrate on listening comprehension. You must check out some BBC, CNN, Fox News, and other channels which are in English. When you'll be having practice about listening comprehension, you will face less difficulties because it's a lack of practice to which we can't understand. As I mentioned, listening comprehension, there are 10 questions for 4 sections. It means 40 items will take place in 4 sections. So 4 sections, 40 items, and time is 30 minutes, means half an hour. And half an hour you have to give the answers. In half an hour you have to complete your work. There will be extra 10-minute time will given by authority to you in order to complete your answers and in order to transfer your answers on your answer sheet. There will be extra 10 minutes time will be given by authority side in order to complete your transfer, your answers on your answer sheet. That is the end of listening comprehension section. I hope it might help you a lot. Listening improves by the help of practice. You must listen the various accents like Caribbean, Aussie, Australian, American, Breton, Canadian, Caribbean, and Chinese and Russian, because once you understand their dialect and their style, so you will not have the problem in order to listen some instructions during your test. So listening improves not by watching, by listening. Sometimes the guys, they watch the television, they watch the movies. And it's not good for your listening comprehension if you're watching. Close your eyes and just concentrate on your listening comprehension. For example, I close my eyes and I'm watching a movie on television. So it means my 100% concentration is towards the listening comprehension. But if I'll open my eyes, my whole concentration will be on the pictorial, on the action, on the hero and heroine movements, and on the screen. So it means that when everything will be easily coming in my brain, and I will not focus too much on listening because I'm watching and I'm getting the information through watching. In listening comprehension and test, It's not a video, it's always audio. So if you want to understand, sorry, let me open my eyes here. If you really want to understand, you have to focus on listening instead of watching. So here is the instruction for you. I hope this session will help you too much. If you have any other query regarding IELTS or listening comprehension, then contact with me, okay? I have some English pages. If you want to know about English language page, then go and check out IELTS, TOEFL, and English Instructor. So it's on Facebook and it's also available on YouTube. So you'll get a lot of information, a lot of material from it. And if you're still facing some problem, contact with me. Don't be shy and contact with me. I'll guide you further. I think that's enough for today. And in next video, I'll talk about reading. And finally, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Share this video as much as possible. May God bless you. Amen. Take care. Bye-bye.